Chicago with your host, Chuck Harold, SecurityGuideTV.com. My next contestant is here. What's your name, ma'am?
Sylvia Ontaneda.
And what's the name of your organization?
Center for Women in Leadership and Diplomacy.
Excellent. And what do you guys do?
Well, we are committed to empowering women in security and diplomacy worldwide.
Excellent. We need more women in security. A lot more. I'm excellent. I'm very glad to hear this. Now, you were on a panel here at GSX.
I was.
And what was that topic? Protecting children or youth is one of them. And then what were you specifically talking about?
We were talking about, my specific topic is human trafficking.
Oh, yes.
And human trafficking is a huge issue right now because, first of all, because of the accessibility that we have now the internet.
Right.
And also the anonymity of the criminals.
That's right. They're all buried down there on an onion server, and nobody knows where they are, and it's all business as usual.
And the profitability of the business for these criminals. And the most vulnerable population in this field are women and children.
Right.
So we were talking about, and I've actually learned a lot about what other efforts, initiatives that we have in the community, but I think we need to expand it at the global level.
Yes.
And my interest in particular is the Americas. I think right now the line, there is a very fine line between human trafficking and smuggling. And kids are the most hurt in this regard.
So what I don't get about this, and I talked to one of your other panel members about it, is why this isn't the number one topic of the world. It should be everybody's number one topic, right? Because it goes to the dignity of being a human being. It's at the base of what we are as humans. And if we're taking away dignity from people and saying, I have power over you and I can do whatever I want to, that erodes everything in society. And why do you think more people aren't saying we have to stop this? Certainly, I think we could stop it if we all got behind it, but we're just not getting this groundswell moving. More people are more concerned about the latest tweet from some political organization than they are about this issue.
I think, thank you for that question. I think we need to go beyond politics. That's a very, very important thing. This is a humanitarian.
Yeah, it is.
As you said, a human dignity, and we need to honor that human dignity by acknowledging that this is a humanitarian crisis, global.
Is it just too horrific for people to think about, or?
I think there are efforts that have been put in place, and unfortunately, again, the internet has exponentiated this problem.
Right.
And there are other. I think what we need to do also is, as technology is developing and is getting more and more high profile, we have to also be at the same time creating policies to address this issue and to combat these technological threats.
Do you think that the technology, in one way, maybe not is making it easier, but could make it easier for us to find people if we pointed ourselves at it, right? In other words, if we use the technology against them, we can find these hidden websites, right, and hidden trafficking sites and combat it that way. But I don't just see this giant effort to say, let's stop all that stuff. It's really amazing to me that we're not really more focused on it.
Well, thanks to your organization and events like this, we can learn about all the efforts that had been put in place. But don't forget that technology makes it possible for criminals to be anywhere in the world.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's very difficult to trace criminals through technology. It's very difficult to, as I call it, the ghost criminals. That can be when they can show up with an IP in the United States, but in fact they are in the Middle East.
Right.
So I think technology is a great tool to trace these criminals, but I do think that there should be more efforts put into this, more resources put into this.
How many people would you say are involved in human trafficking is a big word, right? Mm-hmm. But that means slavery. It means all kinds of things. Let's just call it everything. I read somewhere that they think there's as many as 2 million people in slavery nowadays. Modern day slavery, 2 million people worldwide.
I think more than that.
Wow.
I think the numbers are, I don't have the exact numbers, but it's at least worldwide it's 50 million people.
Wow, that's
in
amazing.
this, yes. And the fact of the matter is that, as you say, we are all responsible, should be
Yes.
all responsible, and the society at large, the civil society, the private sector, the public sector, the nonprofits, we all need to come together as one. And I'm not a believer of a lot of expending diverted expending. I think we have enough resources. If we could all come together, and exactly these initiatives like ACES and so many others that are here put in place, are the ones who are making things more effective.
We need the willpower.
Exactly.
That's it. Because money is one thing, but if you don't have the willpower initiative, nobody's going to do anything.
Exactly.
No matter how much money you have.
And you never know who is behind this type of things.
Right.
And also what type of future are we offering to kids who are victims of human trafficking? We need to think about what our society is going to look like
That's right.
20 years from now.
It could be not the same thing, not even close.
Absolutely. And also, it's a way to invest in people, in our people, and to create awareness on all the problems that this is a ripple effect in many issues, in security, in our national security,
Oh, yeah.
in our economy, in our education system. So there is a lot to think about in that respect.
Fantastic. What's your name one more time?
Sylvia Antanida,
And the organization?
Center for Women in Leadership and Diplomacy.
Excellent. Back in a minute here at GSX 2019 in beautiful Chicago.
Thank you.